Borealis dock. I got a new chair. I got a new chair from my office, and the chair that I had in my office was from my house, so I brought it back home to replace the chair that was making my butt go numb when I was sitting on it. So now I got a nice simulated bucket seat. I'm a skinny guy and this hugs me pretty tight, so I can understand why it's not reviewed well and why they stopped making this chair. I'm 5'11" and weigh like, well, right now I weigh like 135 pounds. And the chair is hugging me firmly. So if you're like 6 foot, 200 pounds, this chair, you'd be like oozing over it. And that's with one of the reviews on Amazon, because there's one listing for this chair left, and it's like sell off, and it's like a 3 out of 5 review for the chair, and it says, "I'm 6 foot and 200 pounds, and this chair presses on me uncomfortably." I like the chair. I did it in my office. I spent, some cases watch Netflix while sitting in this chair in my office when I should have been doing something productive for like 5, 6 hours a day, and the chair didn't make anything on me go numb.
Well,
The chair I
is he
threw in the
6 foot
dumpster.
200 pounds of healthiness, or is he 6 foot 200 pounds of unhealthiness?
I'm having a feeling that what he was describing and implying was he was 6 foot 200 pounds and he had fairly round thighs. Because this chair does have a little bit of like a bolster, like like the driver's seat of like a Honda Accord or like a Toyota pickup would have, where you're sitting in the chair and it's actually got like hip bolsters to it, and it's got bolsters behind your ribs, like the whole back of it. The surface you lean against is curved. It's like dished all the way up to the top. So like your shoulder blades, your ribs, and like your love handle area, your kidney area is kind of hugged a little bit, but it's a shallow bolster. You're kind of like laying into the curve, and it feels comfortable to me. But if you were wide around the middle or wide around the thighs, I could see how, you know, instead of being in the dish, you'd be laying across the top of the dish, and you would have an edge that would be pressing up into you. So I'm guessing the guy was fat. Hey, my boss
Man.
is a hefty guy, and he's open and not ashamed to admit that he's a hefty guy. I mean, this guy's probably like 6'1", 6 foot 6'1", but like he's like a grizzly bear looking guy. Like his hands are big, his midsection is real big. He's got a little bit of weight around his head, but it doesn't seem to hurt him any. But he's got this office chair that was actually for big and tall people. That is like the most comfortable chair I've ever sat in. It's made by Serta, the people that make the mattresses.
Hey, us big guys, we know what type of chairs are comfortable.
Yeah. So I went and got myself one. I got the version of that chair that doesn't have the big and tall modifier on it. So the back of it isn't as high, and it doesn't have like the extra pillow top on it, but it's still leather with the memory foam in it. That chair's so comfortable. That's how the chair I'm sitting in right now ended up back at my house, because I got a more comfortable chair from my office. It still cost $250 though, and it was heavy. It was a heavy box. It was like a 40-pound box that came in.
Yeah, but
It's
it
comfortable.
was worth it.
Yeah, because I have a 3 monitor setup in my office. Razer keyboard, a Logitech gaming mouse, all this stuff. Peripherals left over from when I used to play a lot of PC gaming that got put in my
Mm.
office because I don't even have a desk. I play with the flight stick um, sitting on top of a broken laptop that's closed, that's sitting on top of my thighs. I have nothing. I have no desk at all in this room. I have the Kinect is mounted to the top of the TV, and I have these two boomerang-shaped brackets that hold the soundbar above the Kinect. So it's like soundbar, and then the Kinect, and then the TV in 3 tiers. To my right is a bookcase that's got my laptop with the Twitch, everything on it, the layout, the chat. If I need to look something up for this game, the laptop is that direction. That TV tiered setup is actually sitting in front of the mirror on my dresser. I've got a TV stand, but it's strapped to a pallet at work, up on top of a shelf. I've been meaning to bring it home, but I got nowhere to put it unless I take this bookcase apart, and the rest of the bookcase has got books on it. It's also got the display case that has all of my watches in it, so I can't just start throwing stuff away. I was planning on what it was. Is my boss had that TV stand. He said, "Hey, do you want this TV stand free?" Yeah, sure. Why not? It's one of those ones that's got the flange on it. You bolt the TV to. Flange hinges. It was a nice setup because I was supposed to move, and then me and my roommate reached like this impasse.
Boiling point.
No, we're still in good terms. I just don't talk to him anymore because he is one of those like alpha personalities. So he's like, hell, I just ran into the mail slot from the inside. But this guy is my roommate. I'm still friends with him. We just don't talk because he's like, okay, let's do this, and I'm like, okay, I really can't afford that. He's like, that's fine, we'll find something else, and he was cool about it for a while. But then, as we started getting more down to brass tacks, everything that worked for me didn't work for him, and everything that worked for him didn't work for me, and we just kept going back and forth. I'm like, look, man, we're still in good terms with each other, all that stuff, but I feel like our needs aren't lining up. He's like, well, what about this? And he made like one last proposal, and I'm like, it seems pretty good. And then, like, I looked into it more, and I'm like, it's just not gonna work. And we just kept going back and forth until finally we ran out of options. And I'm like, look, man, I got medical bills that I knew were coming, but it was one of those things that I need to take care of because it needed to be done, and it's really hurt my budget. I said, and we're not making any progress here, so I'm going to go ahead and take on this massive bill. Because once I move, I'll never be able to afford it until I'm like retired. And it's a lot of surgeries and prosthetic work that needs to be done. And it's going to hurt. And it's going to lay me up a lot. And I don't need to be paying rent while I could potentially be out of work having to deal with this on FMLA. I said, so I'm just going to have it done. He's like, well, we can work around it. I said, look, man, this takes priority.
No.
And that was like the end of the conversation. I like barely ever hear from him after that. I still, talk to him here and there, and he's approached me a couple times since then saying, are you willing to, take another stab at it, try to find a place? I've kind of stonewalled him, so I'm kind of at fault here, but I don't feel bad about it because I got done what I needed to have done medically.
Yeah.
But it was like I bought a new car straight off the lot. I bought a new car, a high trim level car. I paid more for that surgery because insurance doesn't cover it. Because insurance considers it like experimental. And it was like I paid like 52 grand for the surgery, and insurance covered the first 7 grand. And I had to take out an unsecured loan for the rest, empty my college fund, everything. That's why I went to this guy. I said, look, man, you make the same amount of money I do. You gotta understand how much, if I'm paying X number of dollars a month, you know how bad that hurts. My car payment's higher than yours because my car's newer than yours. I bought the car, and then like a year or 2 later, I started having this medical work done. Now we're here. This is my budget, and my budget is crazy low. Once I clear my car payment, medical bill, or any other large expense I have, which is pretty much just the medical and the car, so once I clear one or both of them, my budget will skyrocket, and they'll be able to help you. But until then, you're gonna either have to find someone else or you're gonna have to stay where you're at. 'Cause my home situation is a lot better than his, so he's more urgent. Like, you know, I want to move, I need to move. I'm like, I'd like to move, but I don't have to.
Yeah,
Plus,
so that's where I'm at.
I'd have to, I'd be in a situation where if I moved, I'd want to get faster internet because my parents have like 30, 36 megabytes per second up and down. I'd want that gigabit per second internet, and then just not buy anything else. But yeah, you're probably the same age as me, aren't you?
23.
I'm a couple years older than you. I'm 25. My parents were really cool about. I think I'm being interdicted, and this guy is winning interdiction.
See, that's the way I am. I'm paying rent at my house, but it's something I can afford
Same
that I
here.
would never find outside of living at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same here. I pay rent, but it's compared to what actual rent is around here is like 10% of that. Rent around here is expensive, albeit the metropolitan area itself is crime-ridden and not very good. The rent is very high.
There's no way that anaconda was only worth 2,000 in bounties.
What was it, a novice? Was the
What?
anaconda already on fire when the bounty was taken out? 2,000? I got paid 200 last night to kill one. And I didn't even know it was there. I just happened to be at a compromised beacon. Though I don't want to replace it. Once I get enough rep to get a clipper, I'm probably going to buy one, and then I'm going to want to fight something in it. So I might get it once I get my clipper. I might come out
Danny
there
says to engineer it first before you take
before
it
you-
into
Okay.
fight it.
Fair enough. It's a $20 million ship that has a mediocre shield. I can understand why he said that.
He says it's a great ship, but it's more it's kind of like the same thing as a Python. It's a cargo ship that can defend itself.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's an
Or
armed trader ship.
It can or it can escape if it needs to, because it's the speed.
Yeah, the courier, the clipper, and the cutter are fast
so
with
big,
strong
nothing.
shields, and that's about it.
Like in my Python, I took on a clipper
Hmm.
by itself in my Python, head up, and I won.
By how much?
I still had shields and full health.
Huh.
Barely had shields, but I had bigger guns. I had
Yeah.
beam lasers. I was constantly hitting them.
I don't know
And
what the
when his
power
shields
plant
went down,
distributor are like on that clipper, but I think you could probably mount a pair of strong turreted beam or beam or burst lasers mixed with some autocannons or regular cannons and probably do some significant damage because the weapons are spread out so they're not easily killed. But I mean, anything dies if you kill the hull.
Oh god, good thing I saw that freaking warning. I had my hard points out. This Atacama Allied police force was following me. I didn't know. I looked up. I saw the warning. It said, "Warning: Allied police force has deployed hardpoints." I was like, "Ooh, better retract."
I clicked on the ship with the A button once when I was out near a collapsed star and there was no one else around, and it came up and said that. It said they deployed hard points. I'm like, well, okay, I don't even have my hard points out. I jetted out of there. I think they were about to shoot me. I had no cargo, and I was in the Diamondback Explorer, so I'm like, I don't know what they want.
I was like,
but
I
I'm
just
not gonna
helped
stick
these
around.
guys. I just helped these guys fight off like 3 or 4 wanted people, and they're fucking telling me, "Warning."
Don't bring your guns to town. I don't care who you are or what you've done. One wrong messes up a
Well,
lot of rights.
I'm not allied like I am with the Empire and Federation. over here so I could see why they're like,
Boarding permission
because
granted.
in allied places, fuck, they don't give a shit. If I have my hard points out, they're like, you're an ally. And this is like, an ally like you is always welcome at Magnus.
Yeah. You pull up the you're like Astos. You pull up the Magnus with your guns going off, and they're like, an ally of Magnus is always friendly, is always welcome at our dock. Some dude's bleeding, hanging out of the air traffic controller's tower. Any ally of Magnus is welcome at our dock. It's like,
Landing gear deployed.
Your problem, it's like your problem was being in the way of his lasers.
I know. You light off a torpedo and then go into auto dock. It sails past you and blows someone up that's coming out. I'll send you this
Docking successful.
this video I have.
Engines
I was
disengaged.
going back to Magnus after playing for a long night. It was like, I think it was, no, that was a furball, but it was like 5, 6 in the morning, Sunday morning, and I was like, I'm getting off. I'm burnt out. And I
Yeah.
was flying back into Magnus, and this like orca was in front of me, and he was going, and right before he got to the part where you ran out of oxygen, he made a 90-degree upward turn and boosted, and as soon as he turned, the station and everyone that was waiting in the queue just started shooting him, and he just boosted and almost got to the point where he wasn't mask locked or he could jump away, and then I just saw him pop. I was like, what the fuck just happened? I guess the AI didn't request docking and his timer ran out.
Oh man, dude, I had one. He was I was just sitting there in the dock, and I just look around and I see all like pieces of metal and shit
Oh,
flying around,
yeah.
floating and shit. I'm like, oh, so we're just blowing up.
Yeah, I remember one time, I think it was me and you were playing with Danny and or Mantis. We were playing with Wolf, and like Mantis asked Wolf, "Did you just die?" And Wolf's like, "No, why?" It's like, "'Cause there's shit flying around. There's just debris floating out of the dock." But I've had that happen before, where I come up the space elevator, and it delivers me to the dock, and when it does, I see pieces of broken hull floating around in the dock, and some shit
Yep,
went down here, and it wasn't me.
somebody pissed somebody off. It wasn't me.
Right.
Somebody pissed somebody off.
Somebody hit somebody right in the face with a torpedo. It's one of those moments that Mantis is probably not proud of because he never talks about it, but he was in a Python, and he got in a fight with a Python, and I was there with my eagle. Not an Imperial Eagle, just an eagle, I believe. And and he started losing. He started losing pretty bad. And he said to me, just open up on him with everything you got. And I did, and I had a torpedo rack on my eagle, and I killed the python. And he was like, he was like thanking me, 'cause he was like, my canopy's broken now, or my canopy was cracked. I'm like, well,
Wow.
why
I
were
just
you
killed
losing
this
so
eagle
bad? How
with
much?
my lasers. That only gave me 800 credits, but I just used my
What
lasers. I
kind of
didn't even use
station are
any of
you
my
at?
guns.
Do you bind the lasers and the non-lasers to the same fire group?
No,
I do.
I don't. That's a waste of ammo. Because your kinetic stuff don't do any damage, hardly any damage until the shields are down.
That is true.
I use gimbal so that way I can shoot when I want them to shoot. Like when
That's probably what I should be doing, but it's not what I am doing. Also, I need to get used to targeting subsystems.
someone just sent me with a bounty like yours, someone should be closer to my ship. I mean, closer to my lasers.
Ooh.
That's what they just told me. Come on,
You sure
then.
they were
You
talking to
eagle,
you and
you're
they weren't
in.
just on a prod chat? Or whatever it's called.
Direct. With a bounty
was
like yours, we should be closer, don't you think? Closer to my lasers. Go ahead. Come on, try Little Eagle.
I had one of them. I was in my keelback. He said some smack talk like that to me, and I turned right around. And it was like Cobra 3. I was like, come closer and say that. I'll run this ship right into you, and you'll die.
He says that, but then he's like, he just boosted out of here. It's a
Talk shit,
little
and then he
smack talk.
runs away.
Uh, he
What
saw
an
what happened
asshole.
to his little eagle friend over there. He's like, all he used was lasers, man. All he used was lasers. It blew his ass up.
You know, the probably the best bounty allies, AI allies that I've come across in like several weeks was I was at La Rochelle, and it was a three-person wing of all Imperial Eagles that were clean. They were I don't know what they had on these eagles, but they attacked the fucking Anaconda, and I went in there with the keel back, and nobody else was around, and we killed it. And I was like, what the fuck? And they killed it quick too. By the time I got there, they had taken the shields off an Anaconda and had half its hull down. I was like, what? I want to know what you got on that on those Imperial Eagles, because I'm gonna put it on my
Torpedoes.
damn Imperial. Yeah, it might be true. I didn't see torpedoes flying, but I believe it, the way that it was taking damage. It was nasty. Especially when you're an AI and you have the unlimited ammo.
Alright, going to trophy camp. I have enough to get him unlocked, finally. Oh, what's this unidentified signal source? Weapons fire detected, huh? Threat level 1. Only 3 MMs out. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go do. Go poke my nose over here. See who's, somebody starting trouble over here in my galaxy. Wanted. And you're by yourself, buddy.
This flight stick has got
Kill this
loud
Viper,
buttons on it.
too.
There's a Viper?
Yeah, it's a Viper Mark III. I'm just using lasers on him, too. And 3, 2, 1, dead.
Yeah, I might switch lasers to secondary. I get what you mean with the damage distribution, but I usually use like all lasers or all not
Ooh,
lasers.
an eagle.
And I like
Bye.
my keelback, for example, the fighter only has lasers, and I have I think 4 multi cannons on it, or 4 chain guns as you call them.
Oh, I like police force. Be about your business.
Yeah. I had one where I got in
Yeah.
a fight with someone that interdicted me, and as soon as I killed the person and started to move away, I saw on the direct chat the police yelled at me, "This is a crime scene. You don't go anywhere." And I was already like a kilometer away. I was pretty
Oh my
red.
god.
Yeah. I went back. They didn't do anything. They didn't stop me. I think they scanned me once and then said, "Be on your way." It's like, yeah, I'm the one that just got attacked here. Can I file a report? No, be on your way. I guess because I had
How
report
can you
crimes
file a report
against
against
me
someone
on.
who's dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit helps out when you're by yourself, cargo
Medium.
transporting and stuff.
How much does this pay? 400 grand. That was actually a pretty damn easy mission, salvage mission.
I haven't tried those salvage missions yet.
They're not bad. At least not the one I was sent on. They tell you go to this system, check the signal sources. It's a when you get near enough to it, it comes up and says that it's a mission objective, and when you go to it, It's just cargo scooping, 3 or 4 items. They're right in front of you. Let me see if my empire. Oh damn it, my empire is at 93%. Ain't that a bitch?
I should be able to get the clipper, not clipper, but a courier. When I go back to Imperial Space there. I have to do a naval mission.
Right, I'm not seeing naval missions because I'm at 93%.
I'm at over 100.
Ship released.
I've seen one and then tried.
Gear retracted.
It said requirements not met. Because I guess I needed some cargo space. I didn't have any cargo space on the ship I was in. And so I left, went back to the other place. I was like, maybe I'll find a mission here. Nope.
Frameshift drive charging.
It's like crap.
Where were you going to? Do you remember?
I went back to CPC
Oh,
22212. Oh, dude, this place looks cool.
4, 3, 2.
There's a place that I'd like to try to go to. You can come with me if you'd like. I'm gonna be heading your direction before I go there. Roughly your direction. It's more a curiosity, but I'd like to unlock the Clipper and maybe not so much buy it before I go out there.
Mm-hmm.
Mantis spelled a location to me, and he was trying to do TZ Aretus,
Mm-hmm.
and he spelled, and he said Antares, so I spelled Antares Antares to him, and he said yes, and I searched it. There's a place called Antares. It's way far away. It's like 500 light years away from Magnus. And he's just like nothing out there. I'm like, oh, shit, I'll go out there. That, and there's a place down my direction, but way far out. That's a cluster of stars. I think it might be the edge of the galaxy. Because it's like all these red dwarf stars, but like when you zoom into it, they look like freckles on someone's face. They're just all real close to each other. And I'd like to see what it is. Because they're all just index numbers. They're not named locations. I might be able to get some sweet exploration data if I do the advanced discovery scanner every drop and I jump out there. I just don't know if it's feasible to actually get there while scooping stars, or if it's something that requires an extreme jump range. I land, actually, I'll look. Antares. Tambala. Blah da da. CPC, I can actually have that. Is that the place? Yeah. Erato. Eratosthenes. Oh, it has an econ. No, it doesn't have an economy. Red dwarf star is 1187 light years away. That's a lot farther than I thought. That was a lot farther. I didn't even try plotting a course because I'm about to run into the side of a station if I stayed into the map any longer. Is there any good bounties up there?
Where I'm at?
Yeah.
I haven't found any bounty hunting places.
Oh,
that was a tease.
Shell.
I had this experimental effect on a lock. It stayed on the blue, stayed on the blue, stayed on blue, and then it popped over red at the last second. I was like, that's some bull crap.
A lock?
Yeah, I thought it was locked in, but it didn't.
I thought about putting a torpedo on one of the small points on the keelback and binding it to another weapons group so that I could flip over to it and then just launch it in a no shit moment, but keep it on a completely separate set of two fire triggers so it doesn't accidentally get thrown out. And then have the lasers and the guns on the 1 and 2. But it would drop one of my 4 hard points to an unusable weapon. But I do like the satisfaction of reaming someone with a torpedo every once in a while.
Apply this. Grade 2 multi-cannons.
If Eratosthenes was that far away, I'm kind of scared to see how far Antares is because it was significantly farther. Like the map, when I did the search and it started scrolling on its own, it scrolled for like 5 seconds before it found what it was looking for. I wouldn't even know it existed, except that Mantis is a little bit shaky on spelling skills. But I don't fault them for it. There's nothing lost. And I just looked at the wing beacon to figure out where he was at.
Missive munitions, experimental upgrade that causes strikes to envelop the target in energetic particles, significantly amplifying its signature.
Oh yeah, you're at the
Cost of
engineer,
increasing
aren't you?
heat. Yeah. I'll
How do you
apply
level
that
him
right
up
now.
anyway?
You just keep
Buying stuff?
buying yeah, like spinning him.
Macon, Sierra November Oscar, you are now within Imperial jurisdiction. Please maintain decorum when conducting business at this facility.
Huh. Plotting a point. Let's see if it can even find. Oh shit! It actually plotted a point. I'm scared to see how many jumps that is.
Scan detected.
What is this? Show ship markers. That ain't it. Damaged starports.
Landing gear deployed.
I wish I could send you, I got a ship scan detected notification when I'm sitting on the dock. What are you gonna do to me? I'm protected. I'm a made man when I'm sitting next to this traffic controller's tower. You haven't shot shoot me. Like, I thought about that thing, like, when that pirate was chasing Danny, I would've just docked, just to see what would happen. Especially if I had auto dock. I would've just turned the auto dock on and just stuck my head out the window and just blew a raspberry. Because what are they gonna do? You're under protection of the port and its security, which I'm pretty sure the Coriolis style starports like Magnus's have laser hardpoints all over the outside of them. Thank you. Courier job claim reward. Boom data delivery. You gonna give me any naval missions yet? I know I had to been done yet. I've got some massacre missions down here if you needed a change of pace. I think I do.
Are they in Imperial space or?
Yeah. I gotta find them again. Some of these are the covert missions where they don't tell you what you're supposed to be doing. They just tell you to go to a point and meet a contact. So don't head this way yet. I gotta confirm that I've got massacre missions, because there was one that they gave me when I first started coming out here. It said massacre mission, and it was like one system over. But several of them required FSD interdictors, which I don't have. And I also don't have a combat ship out here. It'd be kind of a grudge to get a combat ship out here to use without just paying the transport fee. Okay, Spec Ops contract. Skilled pilot to perform some wet work, which to me means shoot stuff. You will provide more details when you reach the HIP 8444 system. Off the books, covert operations can be effective meaning getting things done, especially in these extreme circumstances. Pays 1.2 mil, large reputation, and medium influence. Well, this one I might just do myself. It requires mostly harmless. I'll put some cargo racks on this. Really wanted to take that screenshot of that system and send it to you so you could see what I was talking about, but while I'm streaming it won't let me. Okay, let's see, is anyone going to give me any naval contracts? Nope. That's almost insulting. They're giving me a boom data delivery for 2400.
Ooh. Yes, and this gets the corrosive shell. I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah, sure, I'll be down in a minute.
Yeah, go.
Someone made food. That's only 691 years away. Red Supergiant. If you take away like the 150, 250 light years I am from Magnus, that's not actually that far away. Is that the only one? I guess it is. Antarius is the system. I'm gonna bookmark that. I'll go out there later. I don't give a fuck.
What's out there?
I don't know. I just know Mantis spelled something wrong, and that's where it put the bookmark. It says there's a red supergiant and no government out there, so it's probably nothing, but any long distance journey like that is good exploration data. Or I can just go back to the road to
Please
riches.
exit station
Really
safely
don't
and
matter.
promptly.
Oh my goodness. What the fuck is that? Fine, reckless flying, you better get out of my face.
Please refrain from reckless flying.
200 credits. You just fined me 200 credits. I wanted to leave the mail slot and something was coming in. I guess it was a beluga. It was as big as the whole mail slot. Had all kinds of wings sticking out of it. I was like, I'm already in the mail slot. And then when it went through, it just like pushed me against the wall. I was like, shit.
Please regulate your speed and accommodate oncoming traffic.
I'm gonna go turn in these boom datas on this
Ooh.
Imperial mission.
Grade 4.
Grade 4.
The grade 4 multi-cannons. You cost it right. Alright. I need to go buy some more materials.
I gotta get out there because I do use the multi-cannons quite a bit. I got an invitation from the laser guy too.
Frameshift drive
I think I
charging.
did. Engineers. Yeah, from Yuri. No, he's mines and missiles, never mind. Dweller. I've gotta sell stuff on the black market.
4, 3,
Yeah, it has to be stolen goods.
1. Engage.
How does one get stolen goods? Stealing from hijacking people?
The easiest way, take a mission in a place that you don't give a shit about, and a
Mhm.
ship that you don't give a shit about, and discard it. And discard the mission.
Incoming
Abandon
mission
it.
critical message.
Oh, okay.
Fuel scooping.
And then you'll be able to have the
Fuel scooping
items
complete.
because they'll be stolen.
Yeah.
Some fancy footwork. But you get shot.
Oh, I got him up to grade 4, that's pretty good.
I liked it easier with, like with Felicity and Elvira, where you could just sell them exploration data and it just ranks them up for you.
Damn, trophy camp's green with me.
You're schmoozing.
Somebody's happy. Alright, I need to go back to CP now. What's my jump range?
Did you
That's it.
transport all your
Oh,
ships
that
out
took
there?
my jump range down. Big
Yeah.
time.
It's a bigger gun.
Nope. I think it was the cannons that took my jump range down.
What is it? Is this
I
what that
could
ad
go,
again? That's a Diamondback Scout. These people are just flying like bungee cords. They're flying one way and then bouncing and going the other way. It's weird.
I could go store my stuff at one of these stations, right
And
the
just put it in
guns, and then
transport it.
yeah. I think that'd be the quickest way of doing it, right?
That's what I would do.
Let me see. Let me see how many jumps it is. It'd take 13 or 14 to get out of here.
Fuck. Oh, an Imperial Clipper. I'm about to go look at that. Like he's in the wing with the Diamondback Scout that's spazzing out.
Fourteen
Okay.
jumps ain't too bad.
No?
That's how much it took me to get out here.
There is a Diamondback Scout called the Jury next to, he's in a wing with an Imperial Clipper called the Bloody Honor. I'm uncomfortable.
Well, if I was out there, I would I'd help you, but
Oh no, they're friendly.
but
They're the ones that are
Oh, okay.
spazzing out, flying all over the place like they're like nuts. Oh, I'm being interdicted. Believe me, I would already be running before I was talking. If I was fighting a Diamondback Scout in this. Okay.
How much money can you make from the Road to Riches mission?
Not as much as you probably are thinking. You're making millions, but you're like making like 2 million, maybe 3 an hour. It depends on what you're scanning because it's not constant income. If you go to the actual Road to Riches, it tells you, okay, go this state, this system, scan everything, this system, scan everything. But you tell it where you're at right now, and it figures out where it needs to send you based on that. If you're not already near a lot of Earth-like planets, it's not going to be real profitable at first, but I made a decent bit of money doing it. But I wouldn't expect to make more than like 5 or 6 million in the next 3 or 4 hours, depending on where you're at. I can send you, or just read you the name of the website that I went to. It's not a long web address, and it's a calculator that you tell it where you're at right now, and it tells you the nearest spot on the Road to Riches, and then it lists like 300 systems from that system that you can jump to that are the continuation of the road. I just look it up on my phone.
You can send it to me in the message.
Okay.
I'm not too worried about it. At least then I'll always have it.
Let me pull. Where's my phone at? Oh. Hopefully this isn't as long as I thought it was. Who sent me a message? Tried Microsun? No, I don't care.
44 new objects discovered. And then you go scan all the stuff, so shit, that'd take fucking forever. 44.
What, the Road to Riches?
Well, no, I just like I came into this place, did my interstellar
It said
scanner.
44, sometimes that's an asteroid belt. Okay.
So that's all I'm doing is just building the bodies. Like when I jump into a system.
Yeah, that's all I do. I don't scan asteroid belts. They're not worth anything. Well, they're worth something, but they're not worth anything to me. I'm not a miner.
I'm actually thinking about trying that in this because I can get I can get a fucking big old freaking cargo bay in this. Like, I got 3 tier 6 slots. All 3 of them can hold 64. I got like 3 tier 5 slots. 2 or 3 tier 5 slots that hold 32. And then like 1 or 2 4s.
They've got more
So
than what I thought on here. They've got pristine metal ring search as well. So if you're going to go mining, you might want that. But I'm not going to go duplicating and copying stuff. I'm just telling you that they have it because I tried to
Yeah, I know.
switch something. Slash.
Frameshift drive charging. I'm in Danny's world.
Yeah. Hopefully Microsoft doesn't jump down my throat for sending you a link.
Danny's world.
Doc Gerbils world. Do you remember that? From Courage the Cowardly Dog. He's on that theme ride. It's Doc Gerbils world, and it just keeps singing it on loop. It says it's sending, and it's taking a while to send.
It's sent.
Okay.
Mom was doing that yesterday. Oh, it popped up already. So you had a message from Snowfork.
Very first.
Warning, temperature critical. How many more jumps is this? 10. I've already done 4 jumps. See, I thought it was going to be worse than that.
What, the link?
No, my jump.
Yeah.
It dropped it out by 6.
But would it drop it
Basically,
to?
if I was at like 22, I'm at 15.
It's not bad. I think if, as long as you're above like 12 or 13, you can still get most places that aren't exploration related.
Well, even if I have to take 2 jumps, 2 jumps ain't too bad. But
No. If you're going out to like those places I suggested a little while ago, I would want to milk as much as you can because you're probably going to be outside of inhabited space in places that are not friendly.
I'm not taking my Python out that far. Nope. It's staying in the greens with the greens.
Yeah, I don't think it would die, but
Oh,
it's your money.
it wouldn't.
I'm not getting
I only
in
got
my,
5
in my
mil
in like a clipper
right
or
now.
anything and going out there. I'm getting my damn DBX. It's stripped out that if it dies, I pay like 390,000 to replace it. Maybe even less. Anyway, I'm letting this auto dock run, and I'm gonna go get some food. So I'll be back probably in about half an hour. You can just stay in the party. I'll
Alright.
come back to it.